Young man, look what I found here. A nice balloon. Do you want it? It's right here. You know, you shouldn't jump around when this nice woman's holding a sharp pair of scissors. If you move, she could slip and slice your jugular vein on accident. There's no way to stitch the jugular. All of your blood will be on the floor in 4 minutes. I've seen this. I've done this. You don't want this.
Episode of What the Hell Happened to Them? Adam Sandler's saga, and we're continuing forth with a classic. Before we do that,
I'd like to thank... This is not a classic movie.
I'd like to thank our sound engineer, Lev Van Rensselaer, for looking at the audio boards. Thanks a lot. And of course, I am Patrick Scale, and with me is Jiminy Joe Vekeman, maker of...
What did I make this week?
Bean dip. And we sampled some.
I've never had bean dip.
We sampled some this afternoon, and it was very delicious. Well done, Joe.
I had some?
You did. You were with us.
But
Right, it was me, you, Micah, Paul Giarmini. We were watching some Patriots today. That's what you did. Remember that?
I think I was seeing Home Alone.
Yeah, you know what? That might have been a dream.
You dream of me being at your football game?
I dreamed of you being at a football game making bean dip for everybody.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's I can make that dream come true. If you want it. Sounds very strange.
All right, so Joe, the maker of Dream Bean Dip. All right, and we'll give you a link for that in the links below.
It tastes like heaven.
But the movie we're going to talk about today
is not heaven.
Is brought to you by
heaven.
Dino Guns.
Wow, that sounds awesome.
It is awesome, Joe.
Can I see a sketch of this, please?
Joe, what do you think the Dino Guns do?
They shoot laser beams out of their dinosaur mouths?
Even better, Joe. They are guns, and they shoot dinosaurs. What? You're correct. You got a bad guy coming in your house? Well, guess what? Pull out your gun, shoot a raptor at him. The raptor will take care of the rest, and the judge can't pin it on you because the raptor technically killed him. All right?
This is Jurassic World 2.
You need a car moved? Boom, shoot a stegosaurus at it. That thing will have it out of there in no time. What are you going to do? You need something high up on a tree? Boom, shoot out a brachiotar. All right, climb up his neck. There you are.
You know so much about dinosaurs.
All right. Thank you so much, Dinosaur Guns, for sponsoring us. You can find them on www.dinosaurguns.org. All right, Joe, what is the movie we're watching today?
You Don't Mess with the Zohan.
What?
From 2008.
And I complained about the title and Chuck and Larry.
Yes,
I hate long titles. I hate long... At least in I Have Pronounced Chuck and Larry, I have a pretty good idea of what that movie's about. You Don't Mess with the Zohan, I know nothing. And then I remember the commercials when this thing was airing in theaters and stuff, and I had no idea what was happening in this movie. I had no idea I just remember being extremely confused. I'm like, Adam Sandler's in another movie? What is he? Is he like a Middle Eastern Persian guy? What is he? Is he like a crime fighter? I don't know what's happening. So and this was the first time I watched it.
And did you get what was happening?
Yeah. I followed along quickly. Before you go into your summary, can I just say, can I just go on the record and saying, what a weird idea for a movie.
Oh,
like, what is the pitch of the... Like, who's going...
Can I pitch it to you?
Who's going into the studio and saying, all right, I got a great idea for a movie, right? It's comedy with Adam Sandler. All right, go on.
Yeah,
it's about the crisis...
It makes hundreds of millions of dollars.
It's about the crisis in the Middle East.
Hold up. We're talking about Adam Sandler. Comedian.
Adam Sandler, yes.
Comedian actor.
Right.
Happy Gilmore?
Yep.
Billy Madison.
Yes.
Are those big hits?
Yep.
Not well liked by critics.
No.
Fans love them.
Yes.
But...
And then
the stinkers in the past.
Yes, and then I would go and I would say, but you may remember Adam Sandler doing very pivotal drama pieces like Punch Drunk Love
Oh.
and Reign Over Me.
Oh,
And you go,
yes.
okay, so it's going to be one of those. It's going to be a dramatic, period, moody.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh.
A broad, absurdist Adult Swim comedy.
Oh, we're in.
Yes.
This sounds like my kind
Like
of river
what?
I want to travel down.
Explain the plot line of this movie. Because there's a lot. How long is this movie? A lot's happening in this movie.
This movie, we watched the extended cut.
Yeah.
Because it added 4 minutes of beautiful entertainment.
What were the 4 minutes that were added?
I've never watched the original cut. I'm not all about that shit. I want the real.
All right, give me the plot summary of this movie. Just try it.
Can't.
It's so weird.
I can tell you what I remember from this movie.
Yeah.
So he's on the beach naked, flipping
There's
stuff.
a lot of Adam Sandler nudity.
Yes. And he's in great shape.
Good shape.
Unless it's all the camera doing.
Might be CGI.
Because those abs, they're phenomenal. Good job, Sandler. Because we've seen you on the beach recently.
We have?
It's not looking good.
Really? Why are you looking at him on the beach, you weirdo?
Whenever I look up Adam Sandler pictures, he's got a lot of beach pictures of him in shorts.
Really?
Yeah. He's playing with his kids.
I mean, when did this movie come out? Like 2008?
2008.
Yeah, so it's been a while.
Yeah.
I cut the man some slack.
He's 50. He's 50 next year.
I cut the man some slack. He doesn't have rock hard abs anymore, all right?
Hey.
Come on.
Hugh Jackman's almost 50. He's the same age as Sandler.
Yeah, but Hugh Jackman makes his money off of having rock hard abs.
And Sandler did in this movie too.
Just this one movie, which is weird, right? I almost now I have to think
played athletes.
Yeah, but now I have to think but we're not looking at him like it doesn't look like he's in shape. You know?
When is he going to be in a
dude.
basketball movie?
It was weird. It feels weird to think that he worked hard for a role in the movie, right? Like to get into characters. Like that feels weird to me.
Ease up. This is our Sandman you're talking about.
I'm just saying.
He worked very hard on Punch Drunk Love.
Yeah, I know, but he dug deep
him.
emotionally into himself, you know? All right, So
he's on the beach flipping the stuff.
Yes.
And
he's making food for everybody. He's essentially
he's grabbed a hacky sack.
He's like everybody's favorite guy in Israel. He's like Israel's most famous
Well, he's like
dude.
their superhero, basically.
Yeah,
Because he fights the terrorists.
He goes in and fights the Palestinian terrorists who want their
John
land
Turturro.
back. John Turturro. It's like I don't know, like this just felt kind of like a stupid movie, and then all of a sudden John Turturro's on the ceiling of a building, and doing like a weird dance thing, and then I go,
all right,
what was happening here? And then it reminded me kind of like the absurdist days of old, you know, like Billy Madison, where they sing a song about chewing gum for a while, and then they go back into the movie. But for some reason, it didn't have that same effect.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it didn't have that same childlike whimsy. And maybe it was what we talked about, and he's just older, and it feels tired. Or maybe it's just because we've sat through so many of these movies, I'm tired. Mm-hmm. But that being said, if you're asking me to pick a movie, I'm picking this one over most Adam Sandler comedies.
Whoa.
I wouldn't pick it over, like, the Golden stuff. Mm-hmm. The Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore. Maybe Happy Gilmore, but not Billy Madison or Waterboy.
Wedding Singer?
I would definitely pick it over Wedding Singer.
Fuck you.
I would way pick it over Wedding. I was surprised at how much this movie didn't annoy me. Like a lot of stuff in it is stupid, but like it was like a weird Adult Swim absurdist humor to it that at least I can find a charm in, even if I don't find it altogether funny. Like they're like paddling a grenade back and forth in the water and stuff.
I remember.
Randomly. Like
Judd Apatow wrote this.
Yeah, I saw that too. Like we did this weekend, then we did Chuck and Larry this weekend, and that was Alexander Payne. What a weird writing team Adam Sandler's put together for us this weekend.
This isn't a spoiler. It's just a hint at what's to come.
Yeah.
This feels like a movie that Sandler's character would have made in Funny People.
Yeah?
Yes.
Like, I don't know, like, so
you'll understand that when you see it.
Like, and also going back, this also reminded me of, like, old Adam Sandler, because this is, like, a character that he has made.
You know what? This is a character from SNL.
Is it really?
Yes. This is like it's like a new version of the character he did on SNL.
Well, this is just one of the many Adam Sandler skits I don't remember him ever being in on SNL, I guess.
We didn't really watch it.
I remember we had like a podcast where we were trying to figure out what he did on SNL, and we could pretty much only remember Opera Man, and a little Canteen Boy. That was from like one sketch that we remember because me and Richard did a lot with it.
With I want to say Chris Farley is talking.
Yeah.
And he's like giving like the businessman speech, and then Adam Sandler's in the background, like right behind him, and he's just like yes sirring him the whole time. He's like, yes, that's where it is.
Yeah, I guess I don't remember that
it's
so
on the
much
roof.
though.
Yes.
I like when Adam Sandler does that voice. It's funny. There's a water boy type stuff. So I appreciated that. Like he didn't just come in and say, all right, well I'm gonna sleepwalk through this role. Like like he tried. He put some effort into it, you know. Mm-hmm. So I buy it a little. Like I almost buy it a little more, even though it's absurdly cartoony and the reality of this world is destroyed.
My note is Adam Sandler's attempt at a live-action cartoon.
And that's exactly what we got.
It feels like a coyote.
That's what we
Roadrunner.
got. It was extremely ridiculous, right? But you had this. So you open up and you have this guy that's great at everything he does. He's like this extreme counter-terrorist agent. Like he's great at everything. He's the guy they call in when nobody else can get the job done. He's the A-team of Israel.
Did you like his fro at the beginning? Because it was kind of like Rain Over Me.
Oh yeah.
He's keeping true with, because I think he had the same hair from. He's like, hey, do you want to keep that before we cut your hair into this Zohan thing? And then he's like, sure.
So I'm like, all right, well, where are we going to go with him? He's just going to be, everybody's talking about how great he is the whole movie. And then what do? They take him out of that situation, right? They put him in the second act in New York where he's a nobody.
And they make fun of him.
And nobody gives a shit about him. And all he wants to do is be a hairdresser, but nobody's giving him the time of day. So I kind of like that.
Ease Girl doesn't really like him.
Who?
Ease Girl.
Who's Ease Girl?
It's from Entourage.
That guy from Entourage. I see.
That's Ease Girl right there.
Is that girl who owns the hair salon? Is that who that is? Oh, okay.
That's Ease Girl.
All right. Like I know what else is crazy, especially coming off of Chuck and Larry. This is an extremely diverse cast in this movie.
For sure.
Except for Rob Schneider once again being cast outside of race.
Yeah. Chris Rock's in it. That was nice.
Chris Rock shows up for 5 seconds.
Kevin James is in it.
Kevin James shows up for 5 seconds.
Oh, the only person...
Kevin Nealon shows up for 5 seconds.
Yep. I think this is... hold on.
Yeah.
I think this movie has everyone that's going to be in Grown Ups. Like his main cast.
Doesn't that David Spade?
That's the one he's missing.
Doesn't that David Spade?
David Spade was in Chuck and Larry.
So I guess it's too big. He was in Chuck and Larry for 5 seconds on what looks like might have been a day that nobody else was there. Like they just brought him in for lunch.
No, the thing is...
Yeah.
When it isn't David Spade until
until Jessica Turner,
around.
exactly.
Because that's Jessica Biel the whole time.
You just get that one shot and then you move on from there.
He really must have been like, "Hey, Sandler, do you want me to visit you on set?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure. I think we have something."
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, exactly. Like, and then John Turturro's in this movie. Nick Swardson's like getting his wings. Like he gets a much bigger part now. Although I felt like he was going to get a bigger part than he ultimately ended up getting.
Yeah, he just keeps walking in on his
like
mom
I thought it was
fucked.
Like that. Yeah, I thought it was going to be like Adam Sandler was going to teach him how to be like a neat guy. I didn't know where this movie was going. Like I remember just
Neither did I.
I had no idea what was going to happen in this movie. I literally had no idea. It wasn't until halfway through I'm like, is this going to be a commentary on the war in the Middle East? Why would Adam Sandler... First of all, why would he start there? But then fine, okay, but why... Like, they spent a lot of the movie talking about that, and like that's the lesson that Adam Sandler learns is that, I can't hate the Palestinians. Like, he and John Turturro, like, they become friends, the opposite sides of this conflict. Like, how weird is this movie? Like, how do you no wonder it was such a confusing movie. How do you advertise it?
They advertise it with Adam Sandler
advertise? Exactly. Adam Sandler's going to be in a weird movie. He's going to kick people with puppet legs.
Yeah, the puppet legs, and then when he does the hacky sack with the cat, they made it very broad.
This is an extremely broad... But I don't like it's that broad. Like, it's almost too weird to be broad. The Wedding Singer is broad. 50 First Dates is broad.
That's a terrible movie.
This movie's so... weird.
Yeah.
This is a weird... He's just banging old ladies the whole time. You had
directed this.
So you had a really old... You had a really ethnically diverse cast, and then you didn't really have that many like Playboy hot chicks. You had them in the beginning, and then it's just a bunch of old ladies getting serviced by Adam Sandler. Like There's a
lot of montages with him just fucking their hair.
Like it's really weird that it's kind of a neat turn for Adam Sandler to take to try to really get out of his own shell and try to shake things up.
This movie was mildly received well. It's like a 50-something.
Like I don't know if like as much as to me it feels tight because we've watched so much of these and it doesn't feel as youthful as his earlier absurdist films. It still feels like a breath of fresh air. Considering the films we had just kind of come through. Chuck and Larry and the 50 First Dates and The Longest Yard. By the way, I think it's the same like text intro as The Longest Yard. I think they took the same After Effects template and then just made it for this movie.
That's such a bummer.
Like even down to the music, it almost felt exactly the same. It was kind of like this is like Chuck and Larry. Like they just open up on your city skate and your parties and shit and hot girls doing hot girl things and that's it.
That's the opening of most of his movies now.
And then I thought maybe there would be like a... What?
But the first line said in the movie is the titular title. They say...
That's right.
You don't
They get that right there. As much as I hate that title, that they get it out right away. I think doesn't George Takei show up in this movie?
I think so.
Right, like the racist Southern guy gets stuck with him. Mariah Carey's in this movie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, she's...
Right? Like, I thought... What?
I have Sandler is an Israeli... I wrote down what I was supposed to say. Sandler is an Israeli soldier who loves to dance and eat hummus, who one day dreams of going to America and becoming a hairstylist. Boom, plot synopsis.
Like that, yeah, but that's like when that... And that's not even what the movie's movie's about. And then like his mother's like, you're too old to take risks. And I'm like, is that what the movie's going to be about? Like him trying to start over and being bad at it? This movie it takes an hour for you to realize this movie's going to be about the conflict in the Middle East. Like this is like Bill Clinton and presidents have tried so hard to resolve that. Adam Sandler should just go in there and be like, guys, just be friends. All right? Let me catch things with my butt. All right? The end. Problem solved.
I'll kick you with my dick.
I'll kick you with my...
He kicks him with his penis at one point.
But
you remember that? He takes it... It's like zip, and it just... But then there's a dick punch in this movie.
Yeah, but
there's a dick punching a face.
But Adam Sandler's penis, and because I know this because they say it, Adam Sandler's penis isn't even that big in this movie. He just has that gigantic pubic bush.
Yeah. Do you think his dick is the one that ends the Middle East conflict?
I'm just like, yeah, like him and that girl getting married and dating, like that's it. What a weird movie. Like, I can't believe this movie got made. Right? In tremendous. 2008, which means they probably started around 2006. So, like, how weird for this movie to be made.
He made this
in
the
same
country. Time during the 9/11 movie.
Right? How weird.
He's been very political at that time.
God, I want to sit in that studio pitch. I've got to know. This is Dennis Dugan too, right?
I'll look that up.
I think it is. And I looked at the credits, right? So we were talking about like how to tell who writes a movie in the credits. This script looks like it only had one draft or at least one writing team.
Why is Judd Apatow the...
Because it's Judd Apatow and two other people, and they all have ampersands between them. That shows a writing team.
I'm looking at it right now.
So
the pacing in this movie is relentless. No time for setup, just gag after sight gag, which is how I felt. I didn't like this movie. You seemed to like it way more than I did.
I did. Like, I was surprised. I'm like, oh.
I kept walking out of the room and taking care of the dog and like making giving. I
don't know. Like, listen, it's not holding. Listen, I'm not gonna be like, hey, let's watch some Zohan. That's kind of like nothing really made me laugh per se. I just enjoyed it being weird. That's all. It's something that made it more tolerable.
I'm glad you liked it.
Like this, John, remember John? John Domenico, remember him?
Yeah.
He's married to
Dave
Fiona.
Matthews is also in this. Yes, I remember.
When is Dave Matthews in this?
He must have a bit part.
I don't remember that.
Dennis Dugan.
Then again, I don't know what he looks like. John McEnroe shows up.
Yep, Dennis Dugan directed.
Yeah.
And Sandler, Smeagol, and Apatow wrote it.
Yes, that's right. Sandler's on it too. So yeah, this is a Sandler written movie. So maybe that's what Sandler used to do: is write more movies.
2 wins and 1 nomination for what?
Razzies?
I don't think so. I think this movie did well for the most part.
What are they awards?
Yeah, no Razzies. It won for BMI Film and TV Awards. I don't know what that is.
For what?
It just says it.
The Body Mass Index.
Rupert Gregson Williams Award. I don't know. It's probably just.
I don't know what these are. Maybe
Kids' Choice Award. It won for Australia.
Kids' Choice Award's Australia.
Yep. And then Teen Choice Award. It was nominated for comedy.
I like
summer movie.
I
like very specific.
I like
you could have a fall summer movie. You have a spring summer.
Joe, I like that the kids in Australia love the Zohan movie. Like I like that it played really well in Australia for some reason.
Yeah.
So John lived here.
The tagline for this movie though is "He'll make you silky smooth."
I don't even know what that means. So when John lived here, right around the time this movie came out on DVD, like he must have seen it in the theater because he really loved it and he wanted me to watch it. And he said, I'm not watching an Adam Sandler movie. Adam Sandler kind of sucks now. And he goes, no, it's really funny. But he liked like the White Castle movies and things like that.
White Castle's great.
Yeah, like I don't like those movies so much. They're kind of dumb stoner things, so I don't really care. So I didn't watch it. But like the rest of the household I lived in did, and they were laughing like the whole time in this movie. And I could, looking back on that moment 7 years ago, I could figure out where they were laughing at all the stuff. And yeah, they're kind of amusing. I kind of like them. They're kind of weird. They're kind of weird and funny. Like he's tug of war 3 dudes with one hand. You know, he tugs of war a cow.
Yep.
Into the pot, you know, like a seagull's high fiving him. Like there's kind of just a weirdness to it. Like he's afraid, like it's like his penis doesn't work anymore because he's in love, so he takes it to the doctor. Like it's kind of weird crap about it, you know.
Zohan was loosely based on Nezi Arbib. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
A hairstylist, a former Israeli soldier in Solana Beach, California. Arbib, I don't know. Don't get mad.
Yeah.
Taught Adam Sandler and the film crew different hairstyling techniques while Sandler learned Arbib's mannerisms. That's nice. And Zohan isn't an actual Israeli first name.
Oh. I buy it.
Uh-huh. Adam Sandler's longtime friend and former college roommate Eric Lamonsoff, who was previously mentioned in both The Wedding Singer and Click, makes his film debut here as Hamdi's passenger.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's the character in Grown Ups. Yeah, most of the stars are grown-ups except David Spade made an appearance in this movie.
Right, and then like, of course, in this movie, like in most Adam Sandler movies, the rich businessmen are bad guys again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he went back to that well again. Like, as soon as the girl said, listen, like, he's gone to like 5 different places to try to get employed, and nobody's wanted him because he's a weirdo, so he goes to another shop, and the lady's like, listen, all right, my rent's too high, I can't afford. I'm like, okay, that sounds like a plot thread. I guess he's gonna work here now, and this is where the movie's gonna go. Mm-hmm. And then sure enough, that's what happened, and sure enough, the businessmen are raising her rent to kick her out. And they're dressing up like Palestinians and Israelis so that they'll both hate each other and burn down the buildings and drive down the property value so they can buy it and build them all. And then you know what they do at the end of the movie anyway? All the people that work there, they just build their own mall there instead of letting the rich businessmen do it. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It just feels a little tired. That's all I was saying.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I got the box office mojo.
Yeah.
You don't mess with the Zohan. Domestic total gross. Do you want to guess? Do you want to take a gander?
What did Chuck and Larry do?
Hold on.
We talked about this morning. I don't remember anymore. And you know who shows up in this movie too, Joe?
Who?
Henry Winkler.
Oh, that's great.
I love how much
When
Henry
did he show
Winkler's
up? I
in these
don't remember.
movies. I love what?
When did he show up? I watched a week ago.
Like he's one of the taxi. He's like in one of Zohan's. Like the only scene is Zohan taxiing, like, and he's just driving really fast on like the side of his car.
Chuck and Larry's domestic total was 120.
All right, so
Their worldwide was 186.
So
You're pulling on my cord.
I don't know. I'm grabbing your thing. So I would say that this one domestically got 130.
100. 100 even.
How much did it cost to make?
Oh, it cost $90 million.
Ooh. Well, how much to make worldwide?
Foreign box office is $99 million.
It's Australians. They loved it.
Australians. So it had a worldwide box office.
190 million.
199.
All right, so you take out some advertisement, you still probably net yourself a cool 50 million, maybe 40, 30, but that's still pretty good.
It was second in the first week of release.
To what?
Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, family films.
And then the third...
Much easier movie to advertise.
Yeah, third week
in
release was... And it was number 3. It was Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
Then the first Sex and the City. The first Iron Man movie in its 6th week of release.
Crap.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I remember... They're doing the third Kung Fu Panda. They're doing a third Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, it's coming out in January.
A lot of Kung Fu Pandas.
It's too many.
I think I've only seen the first one.
I've never seen any of them.
That's not the movie John really liked and wanted everybody to watch. I did watch that. I gave up on that one, though. It was all right.
The accents from everyone but Sandler are atrocious. This movie lost me about 20 minutes in because it's insufferable.
Nuts, Joe. Come on.
I told you.
I can't believe you prefer The Wedding Singer over this movie.
Because The Wedding Singer is
so
a beautiful
boring.
movie.
It's just a boring movie. A boring standard movie.
I don't like The Wedding Singer. I don't like any of his other Drew Barrymore movies, though.
And more importantly, here's what I also like.
I call them Drew Barrymore movies.
Yeah.
He just works.
That's a subset of movies that Adam Sandler has in his oeuvre. Like, that's what we're doing. He has a Drew Barrymore subset.
He does. He's
got 3 of them.
He's got a Before trilogy with her.
But I like that once he gets the job at the hair cuttery, they don't let him cut hair. They just he
picks up
all the hair. He picks up every piece of hair that falls down.
Yeah,
right. So I like that he has to work like this guy that's clearly very talented and good at everything he does all the time. I like that they keep trying to find ways to keep him down throughout the whole thing.
I'm sorry I didn't like it.
That's fine, Joe. It's just funny. Like,
do you want this copy?
It's funny. No, I would never. Like I said, I wouldn't watch it again. But like if I have to make like a top 5, this might be in there from what we've seen so far.
Fuck you.
It might be. That's what I would say.
What else is in your 5, though?
So it'd be
your 5.
Punch Drunk Love.
Oh, thank you.
Waterboy.
Okay.
Billy Madison.
Okay. From the little we've seen.
I know. Probably.
8 Crazy Nights.
No. Probably this and then Rain Over Me. That might be my top 5.
Can I give you my top 5?
Yeah, give me a top 5.
Please.
For the halfway point, give me a top 5, Joe.
Oh, we're at the halfway point?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe. You know more than I do.
I think we got like one more with the halfway point. Okay. Because of the do-over.
Then for being very close, give me your top 5.
Punch Drunk Love.
Yes.
Number 1. Number 2.
Yep.
I would say Billy Madison.
Yeah.
3. Happy Gilmore.
Yep.
4. Anger Management. For some reason. I
know, right? You really like that movie. And at least that...
I don't get it either. It's just Jack Nicholson.
And for much as I don't like that movie, it's not like The Wedding Singer where it's kind of boring. So at least it's got something. Like, Jack Nicholson does bring something nice to it. It's weird how crazy that plan was, but fine. All right, go on, Joe. All right?
And I think for number 5... It depends on the day, how I'm feeling. On the ones we've seen, either Big Daddy or The Wedding Singer.
Yeah, I wouldn't put Big Daddy that high up. I think I would do Happy Gilmore number 6 though.
Yeah, well, Happy Gilmore.
That's a really close number 6.
That's number 3.
It's just a little too straight and narrow for me. It's got some funny, absurdist moments, but
it makes Subway sandwiches.
That's right. Yeah, there are some funny things in there. That's why it's number 6. Mm-hmm. And then after that, it's pretty much movies I don't really like. Like that's
you just fill them in.
Like it's these top 6, and then movies I don't like, and then I got to pick between
I feel
these
like we're
evils.
missing one that I really did like. Though.
It does feel like there's one more in there that's kind of goofy and weird.
Little Nicky?
Nah,
Do you
I don't
hate
like
that
Little
one?
Nicky.
I can't remember
Little
it.
Nicky that much.
Do we like Little Nicky or not?
I don't like Little Nicky.
I don't remember if I liked it now.
I'm not a fan.
So long ago. I know, I watched it with a commentary on it. I barely watched it. I was just listening to it the whole time.
I like when the movie made a MySpace reference.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's...
Right? When Mariah Carey's like, I'll be friends with you, John Turturro, on MySpace.
It was about 2 years away from having a movie, though, and they're MySpace.
Yeah, but when the script was written, like I said, it's probably 2006, so that's MySpace territory.
They also make there's a MySpace joke in Funny People, so that's kind of funny. You look out for that one.
Like, is Mariah Carey, was she trying to be an actress around here, or was it just like a weird... Oh my God, Glitter! You
forget about Glitter. She wanted to make a comeback.
I'm so glad.
Don't call it a comeback, Mariah Carey.
I forgot about Glitter. Holy crap, Glitter!
Do you know what she blamed 9/11 for that movie not doing well? They came on.
On what grounds?
On what grounds?
Well, what makes you think 9/11's related to that movie's poor box office score?
That movie came out the same week as 9/11.
Oh!
But do you know what?
You probably should say that in the press. As much as you believe it, Mariah Carey, maybe just say nothing.
Yeah. You know, it's that same week Hardball came out with Keanu Reeves. That movie soared to number 1, and it made tons of money. And it was just a very mediocre movie. Sorry, Keanu. It's about baseball.
I don't remember that movie.
It's like Bad News Bears, but like in like urbanish.
What if they remade Bad News Bears?
And it was terrible. I liked Hardball more than Bad News Bears.
Bad News Bears is not that great, I know.
And that's Richard Linklater.
Really?
Yeah, he had a studio gig that he was. I think he
needed to make some money. That's all. I don't blame him.
He had to pour money into Boyhood.
You gotta make that happen. No, he got that money from IFP. IFP gave him that money.
I'm just talking.
You got like which is kind of a smart thing. Is like just $200,000 a year. You know, that's like chump change if you do it over years. That's not so bad.
Are we wrapping this one up?
I don't know. Like
I don't really honestly remember anything from this movie. I got so bored with it that I was just I was so bored. It's so long. I sound like an asshole right now. It is so long.
And like I didn't watch any of the deleted scenes, but I looked to see maybe there was like 1 or 2. There's like 11 deleted. So this movie was way longer. I can't believe how much script there was for this movie.
And I think I would have enjoyed it a lot
Like, no
more.
one did. Like, Judge Apatow just writes really long scripts. That's what he can do. He writes really long comedies. That's all he knows.
And sometimes his comedies are more dramas. And that's fine.
Yeah. And this one kind of was, but with like an Adam Sandler sensibility to it, so it doesn't feel that biting in its satire.
Yeah. Are you ready for the longest Adam Sandler movie you'll ever watch?
The Bedtime Stories one?
No, that's Funny People. Well, Bedtime Stories is first, then Funny People.
Okay.
Funny People is 2 hours and 35 minutes long.
Oh my God! Is that an Apatow one too? I've heard that.
That's his third directorial.
All right, so Adam Sandler and Judd Apatow seem to have some sort of.
Oh, they've been
right.
They were connected in like the 80s.
Really? From what?
They went to college and stuff.
No shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and they were like I don't know. They were sketch buddies.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and you're gonna see them at the beginning of Funny People. There's an old...
Judd Apatow's in it?
He's the one holding the camera, so you hear his voice. But Sandler's... Like, there's a video from them in their early 20s.
Oh, that's kind of neat. When I shot Animus, remember that movie with me as the zombie? And Jake was like my brother? Mm-hmm. The reason why I cast Jake in that role was because his mother had found a photo of us when we were in 2nd grade. On like a basketball team together. So I thought we'd maybe like cut to that while Bob goes on his monologue and we'd see that they were brothers.
I don't think you did.
We couldn't find it. By the time shooting was done, we had to turn it around quickly for that producer who wanted to do the horror movie. So alas, it didn't make it in there. People seem to be able to follow along what was going on anyway. So you didn't need it that much, but it is... But yeah, so I like that they did kind of the same thing. They had something that existed in their past that they could use, and it makes it more believable.
I also feel like Judd Apatow has been writing this movie for like almost his entire comedy career.
Fenner tells me, you know Fenner, right?
Yeah.
Who lives here now?
Yeah.
Fenter.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. He tells me I think he really I can't remember, but I think he really likes the Funny People movie.
I love it.
Like I think that's his favorite. I think he prefers that over Punch Drunk Love. I don't know if he's seen Punch Drunk Love, but I think he likes that more.
If we did this this top 5 after we saw that movie would be either number 2 or 3 for me.
If that movie's as good as everybody's saying it is, I imagine that movie knocks out Reign Over Me, and then it goes somewhere in there.
Reign Over Me's not good.
It's all right. He's
good in it, but it's not a good movie.
Like I said, exactly. But like everything underneath it.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I mean, Happy Gilmore's all right, but everything then it's a trash pile.
Hey, do you remember Going Overboard?
Oh my god! Like that might be number 7, just because of how ridiculous it is. Like how ridiculous and I don't know. Like I would watch that over 50 First Dates. I watched that over most of the movies. I watched that 800 times before I watched
The Longest Yard.
Before I watched 8 Crazy Nights again.
Oh yes, 1000%.
Like The Longest Yard, I forget, and we've just watched that, but I forget that we've watched that movie. And I kind of like Courtney Cox, so it's but I just
she's in it just
she's in it for 5 seconds, minutes. and I forget. Like that's
she wasn't even credited.
Like, why bother at that point? Like, did Courtney Cox just have like a free day and wanted to hang out at a party?
Friends.
Like, I don't like. Is she friends with Adam Sandler? Like, why did she take that role? Was she hoping that would lead to a lot bigger movie career? You were in Ace Ventura. You already have it.
She was going to be in Cougar Town very soon after.
No, she does Dirt first.
Oh, fuck Dirt.
Right? She has that for a couple seasons.
It did 1 season and a half.
I think Jennifer Aniston shows up for an episode. I think that's like some stunt casting. They're like, wouldn't it be weird if we put them both in? Maybe that might have been the second season.
I feel like they wouldn't be able to get Jennifer Aniston. They would have to get Lisa Kudrow.
Right? And then, but they got Jennifer Aniston.
That's crazy.
They got Jennifer Aniston for like 30 Rock too. Like, she'll do TV stuff still.
Isn't it crazy that you can get Lisa Kudrow before Jennifer Aniston when Lisa Kudrow is the much better, more interesting actress?
I like Jennifer Aniston.
She's fine.
I think I like her because I expect her to be terrible. But I'm always
good sometimes.
Exactly. Like, I'm always impressed when she tries. I'm always impressed.
Yeah, she's fine, but I feel like Lisa Kudrow gives you, like, you're getting 100%.
Yeah, but Lisa Kudrow, like, you wouldn't. And I know she's in that comeback show, which I really like. I really like the comeback show.
I gotta watch that.
And, like, she's great in it. I was upset she didn't get nominated for an Emmy because she totally deserved it. I don't know who won it, but she should have won it. But I think it just came out too early. It came out in like January, so nobody remembered. But she has like a range. Like you're not casting Lisa Kudrow as like your girl next door, your main character, or your damaged goods. Like you're not doing that with her. She's meant to be like the quirky, like that. She has like that show on. She has like that, the very flawed girl. She's kind of funny though. She's a comedian actress. Like that's what she would do. So she has the comeback. She has that show on like Showtime where she's like a web therapy.
Crystal's wife and analyze that.
Yeah,
in this.
Like that's what she would do. I think she's up for 5 seconds in Shallow Hal. Like that's what she does. But Jennifer Aniston, you could build a movie around, and they have.
Yeah,
and I liked both of those movies. I liked The Good Girl.
Oh, I like that one. John C. Reilly and Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh yeah, John C. Reilly's in that. Holy shit!
He plays the husband.
Yeah. I haven't seen it a lot. Before I knew who John C. Reilly was when I saw this movie.
John C. Reilly plays
Jennifer Aniston's husband. Right? What a lucky day for John C. Reilly.
No offense to John C. Reilly, but he even calls himself a Shrek at one point in a movie.
Right? And I liked her in that Cake movie.
I didn't see Cake.
I liked her in the Cake movie. There's not really much in between there that she does well in. Mm-hmm. So I like her. I'm like, she can do these roles. She can do a serious role. She can do dramatic roles. She just doesn't do them that often. I don't know why. I don't know if it's like Sandler where, she doesn't need to do them so well. She can do like that. Was she in that movie where she's like arrested by like her husband who's a bounty hunter? Is that her in that movie? Remember that movie?
Is that the Bounty Hunter?
It's like Gerard Butler.
Is that the Bounty Hunter?
I don't remember the name of the movie.
No, I'm saying, is it the Bounty Hunter?
I don't know, Joe. Look it up.
If it's the Bounty Hunter,
look up Jennifer Aniston's credits right now. Let's do this.
I'm looking up the Bounty Hunter.
Well, it would come up in Jennifer Aniston's IMDb credits.
There's one. They made 2 of them back to back.
They made 2 bounty hunters?
It's Jennifer Aniston and Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember those previews. I wouldn't see that because that looks awful and a waste of both their talents.
So, what did you... Oh, she won a Golden Globe. That's nice. She never won an Emmy for Friends. That's crazy.
I mean, that I buy. Like, it's not...
Because it's really not her show.
It's an ensemble show. It's really... It's like Modern Family. Like, you would give them to supporting actors, but nobody's really standing out because it's all equally distracted.
Jane Kasmerick won for Best Actress in Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah, she did. I remember that.
Bryan Cranston, I believe he won.
Bryan Cranston didn't win that year.
No, but he
might have won. I remember the year she won, and she won. She was all happy, and like Bryan Cranston went up, and they went to present, and he just pretended to be like all angry. It's like, is this exciting? He goes, "Yeah, whatever." It was kind of funny.
Sandler and Aniston do Just Go With It.
That's right.
That one.
So I look forward for that too. But what are you giving her credits? What has she been?
Do you want to go on from the beginning?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let's do that.
She's been in a lot of shit, man. She's born in '69.
Holy crap!
Oh my God, she's in Mac and Me. She's an uncredited dancer.
What the hell's Mac and Me?
Fuck, we need to watch Mac. We should watch the commercial before I go.
What the hell's Mac and Me?
Mac and Me is McDonald's and Sears and corporate answer to E.T. It's basically E.T., but with...
I think Bob said things about this. Yeah.
It's...
That feels like a Bob kind of culty thing he'd like.
Yeah, let me show you the poster. It's...
Show me the poster. She's like a dancer in this movie? Holy crap!
She plays an uncredited dancer.
Who designed that and wasn't fired for it? Holy Jesus. E.T.'s kind of ugly too, but oh my God. That thing wants to eat brains.
Wait, I thought that's a... You know, people who said Leprechaun was her first movie credit...
She was in Leprechaun?
Yeah, that's her first movie credit.
I think nobody remembers Mac and Me. I think that's why.
I guess that's why, because it's her... She's uncredited in Mac and Me.
Okay, I see. And then it's Leprechaun?
Leprechaun. She's in an episode of Quantum Leap.
Holy shit, really?
She's in 13 episodes of Ferris Bueller's TV series.
They're in a TV show of that?
She's in the TV movie Camp Cucamonga.
I bet you, Joe. there are only 13 episodes of Ferris Bueller's TV show.
Do you want to see? It's from 90 to 91. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. I can't believe she's been around that long.
No, she was in the first season. That's funny.
All right, what was that after that? Camp Cucamonga?
Yeah.
Quantum Leap. I forget how not old that show is because it looks like it's old as...
It's in 92.
Yeah, that show looks like it's made in like 1984.
She's in a TV series called The Edge for 20 episodes.
I don't know that. I bet that's how many shows that one got as well.
Herman's Head, she's in 2 episodes.
Oh my God, Herman's Head! That show is messed up, Joe.
I don't know what it is.
That show, it's like a guy and like it's Inside Out, Joe. It's Inside Out, but with the cast of The Simpsons.
Oh.
Like, it's insane. We'll watch that, too. We'll watch a commercial
Larry
for that.
Sanders Show.
Oh, yeah?
That's in 95. So
she's been getting around.
Jennifer Aniston.
She's already somebody
She's Jennifer Aniston by then.
Yeah.
She's in this TV series Partners for an episode. And then she comes back to movies. She's in Dreams for an Insomniac. Well, hold on.
What the hell is that?
I can't look. Oh, okay, hold on. Figuring that out.
Yeah.
Like how we went on this very
Jennifer
weird
Aniston tangent.
Nobody knows in that.
Jennifer Aniston, she's a watchable actress.
She's the one. Yeah, we're talking about
when she tries. Just like Adam Sandler, when she tries, I'm impressed.
Mm-hmm. She's the picture perfect. Till There Was You, the object of my affection, the thin pink line, Hercules TV series.
Oh, what?
Office Space in '98.
Yeah,
what was she doing?
Right, Office Space. She was in Office Space.
That's a weird casting because it's '98.
Yeah, but it's a movie. Like her trying to get into movies.
No, it's the TV show on Disney.
What TV show?
Of Hercules.
It's a cartoon though, so I don't know. Maybe it was like
Office
her kids
Space.
wanted to do it or something. So she can just go to do it over the phone or something, you know?
Then she's in an episode of South Park.
Yeah, I like that. The Rainforest one is one of my favorites.
She's in The Iron Giant. Then she's in Rockstar, The Good Girl.
Yep.
She's in an episode of King of the Hill. Then she does
Oh,
Bruce.
yeah.
And now she starts doing her movies. Bruce Almighty, Along Came Polly.
Yeah. I didn't like
Derailed, Rumor Has It, Friends with Money, The Breakup. Oh, she is in an episode of Dirt. You're right.
Many bad movies.
She was in 30 Rock?
Yeah, remember she's like Liz Lemon's friend from college. She gets wild and crazy. It's like in season 1.
I don't remember.
Like and then
Marley and
Alec
Me.
Baldwin gets to them. Oh yeah, where the dog dies.
Into You.
Spoilers.
Love Happens, The Switch.
Yeah, a lot of crap.
She's in an episode of Cougar Town.
She's just hanging out with... They're like good buddies, her and Courtney Cox.
Then Just Go With It. And now it's not a movie.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut this all out. This is stupid.
No, it's
Horrible
fine.
Bosses.
Oh, yeah. She was
Wanderlust.
good. She's all right.
She's in 2 episodes of Burning Love. We're the Millers. Life of Crime. She's Funny That Way. Cake. Horrible Bosses 2. And then she's in a bunch of movies that haven't come out yet.
Yeah, I really just like the Cake and the Good Girl.
Do you want to know what she won her Golden Globe for?
Yeah, what?
Probably Friends, right?
Maybe, I guess. I don't think it's a movie.
Friends.
Yeah,
Best performance by an actress.
What season?
2003.
Oh, right at the end. Holy crap. Really?
Yeah.
And she's like choosing between like Joey and Ross.
Joey and Ross.
Ugh, I hated that.
So lame.
So boring.
Because who wouldn't have picked Ross? It's a joke.
I remember Matt LeBlanc getting really mad about that because Matt LeBlanc's whole thing was like
he had a very strong arc.
The thing to keep that all balanced was like he went like right in the beginning of the show. He said, "Listen, I'm the guy. I'm gonna get all the chicks, right? But I think what we're gonna do is like not these girls, you know, like these are like my sisters, right? So I would never do it." And I think he really hated that because that went against that original. I mean, all the writers were completely different, so they weren't there for that at that point. But like it went against what he didn't believe the character would do that. He just didn't. He didn't buy it.
Am I crushing something?
No. Okay. So, and it was definitely a way to make the show interesting in its 10th year, which I don't. Just be funny. How about that?
Excuse you. That's the 8th season into the 9th season.
It's that early?
Yeah.
How many seasons does that show have?
There's 10 seasons.
Oh, okay, all right.
The 10th season is very short, though.
Yeah, I'm thinking it has like 11.
It's got like 15 episodes.
Seasons. Yeah, I remember that. It ended the same year Frasier did, but Frasier had the superior finale. Let me just say,
Friends finale was only good because of Jim Rash coming in.
Friends finale was okay. It was just a little too sentimental and teary, and like, oh yeah, we get it. All right, you think you're all that.
And a bag of
chips.
Friends.
Frasier, I don't know. Frasier went out with dignity. It went out with poise. You know.
Did it go like Seinfeld with the trial? Apparently.
No. It could have very easily veered into sentimentality, but they just had it under such control. You know.
Instead of going into the picture frame on the door, do they go into the chair that his dad sits in?
Okay.
Is that right?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I thought that was like your key. Like, oh, it's not too sentimental. It's funny.
It's not. Yeah, it's definitely funny, but I don't know. Like it's still like it's him leaving, right? Like everybody's splitting up, and their lives are moving on. But
he went back to Boston.
No, he goes. So they have him in the Boston, they have him on Seattle, and then where he leaves Seattle, he goes like to the Midwest.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it is kind of neat that he's just kind of all over the country. So, but it's just, like it's him just saying goodbye and just I don't know. It just feels just more tactful. I don't know, just a stronger finale. Like I think one day we should watch both those finales back to back.
Friends and Frasier.
And like compare the two.
Friends is so long. How long is Frasier?
They're both an hour.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? It'd be like a movie though. Right?
They'll be Friends and Frasier.
It'd be like a neat thing to study. Like when we watched those two like minute-long horror films, and one was clearly way better than the other one.
Yeah.
And you could figure out why. And it kind of helps figure out
Friends.
It kind of helps figure out what it was. Friends, you're a good show, all right? You made like $4 billion. You're extremely successful. You're more successful than Frasier. More people know you than Frasier. More people like you than Frasier.
Yeah, there's a Friends slot machine in Vegas and not a Frasier one.
Yeah, like Friends. I'm not dogging you. I liked Friends. I love Friends. It's a great show.
Great. I love it.
All right, I do love it. Frasier just has a special place in my heart. That's all. And I think Frasier has a better writing than you, Friends.
It is a special part of my queue on Netflix.
On Netflix, right? We've done some Frasier together, Joe. We've had some good times.
Yeah.
You listen to a Frasier podcast now, having seen very few Frasier episodes.
I'm following along with them.
What is it called? I love the title. What's it called?
Talk, Salad, and Scrambled Eggs.
Yeah, I love that.
With Kevin Smith and Matt Myra.
If I listen to podcasts, I would listen to it.
That 2-hour episode with Perry Gilpin interview, that was brilliant. I love that episode. You should listen to that.
I wish Perry Gilpin would be in more things.
Yeah, she's great. Oh, she's in the Carmichael show that I think got canceled, though.
No, I think it's coming back.
It's coming back?
I think
not the Carmichael. It's the Mr. Robinson with Craig Robinson.
That did get canceled.
Yeah, Carmichael's just coming back.
I don't even know if they aired it. That was a whole big thing.
They did it in the summer, and they kind of blew it off. Which was lame.
I mean, it might come back. I think it got canceled, though. Carmichael was also someone burn up, but that one I think might come back. Critics really like that one. So, and they got nothing else to show for it, so might as well just do that. So, part of my story is, Joe, I would cast Jennifer Aniston in something.
Oh, well, get ready.
I would do it. Like, I would write a role that would be really good for her, and I would cast her. That's what I would work with Jennifer Aniston. That's what I'm saying.
She's a great actress,
right? And I would also cast a role for Perry Gilpin. I don't think she's as good as Jennifer Aniston, but I would still cast her in something.
Shots fired at Perry Gilpin.
But I love you, Carrie Gilpin. You're criminally underused in Frasier. All right, you should still be on TV. It's very unfortunate you're not getting more work. I liked you. I liked that you were in the Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within. Like I liked that. I liked that. Don't trust the bee.
Such a nerd.
I like that. Don't trust the bee. And Apartment 23 makes a reference to you as like somebody's celebrity like freebie. Like I like that random throwback.
That's good.
Like he likes your salty voice. Like I don't know. Like that's.
She's from Texas.
Yeah. Like Perry Gilpin, you're awesome. All right.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe if I get to see you in more things, maybe I can say, oh no, you're just as good as Jennifer Aniston or even better. But I just don't have a lot to go on, so I'm sorry, Perry. You're in an episode of Cheers, and then you're in and then you're in every episode of Frasier as a different character. That's all. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, Perry Gilpin. You're criminally to use. I feel for you. I really do.
This is your retreat from. You took the shots and you're bandaging.
I don't want to shoot shots fired at Perry Gilpin. I love Perry Gilpin.
I'm kidding. You're taking this too seriously.
All right.
It's last looks.
Last looks. All right, last looks.
Yeah.
What are your last looks, Joe?
My last looks?
Yeah, your last looks.
My last looks are. It was a good opportunity to make sure the dog peed and pooed outside. Your last looks, Patrick? So
if we're tracing the career, I don't know what made him want to do this movie, because it really doesn't follow the trend, right? It's just because immediately afterwards we're gonna kind of what comes after this? What are the next?
Bedtime
movies?
stories.
Yeah.
Funny people.
Yeah.
Grown-ups 1.
All right, so this and then the other two, it's kind of like a weird mini renaissance.
Back to Dugan.
It's like a weird mini renaissance he's doing, where he's kind of just doing weird, not usual things. Like in my mind, when we started this project, I'm like, okay, we're gonna go through like his weird early stuff that I kind of like. We're gonna do Big Daddy, and that's gonna be his mainstream hit. We're gonna do Little Nicky, and then we're gonna fall off a cliff because he's gonna do these standard straight guy roles, and that's what he's gonna do. I remember.
But then there's this little flash.
I didn't know what Zohan was, and I forgot about I didn't know about these other two movies. I don't remember hearing about them. So
Bedtime Stories is his first Disney film,
right? So it's like I don't know, like it's just very different. Like it's just sort of his break from doing his lazy roles where he can kind of walk through them. I imagine, or at least it's just content that's very different. It's not like this broad, standard, by the numbers comedy. It's just weird crap there. So I don't know what went on in his life here. Maybe he had like a little early midlife crisis, or I don't know. Maybe he was tired of these other movies that were just easy and they weren't rewarding, or maybe he was tired of being ripped by critics. Or if he cares, he doesn't seem like he does. So I kind of like that he's kind of doing experimental, and then of course he's going to get lazy again when he realizes that he's going to get paid to go on vacation with his friends. So that's fine, whatever. But
during Click he turned 40.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. So maybe Click was what turned it around, because that movie's kind of a darker than straight by the numbers broad comedy.
So dark.
Right, that movie hit some pretty low points there, kind of like Toy Story 3. So I don't know. Maybe that was a moment where he's like, I kind of like doing these things. I kind of like trying to get them both in there.
You compared Toy Story 3 with Click.
I'm just saying.
You're gonna get so much shit.
Send your hate mail to Lev Van Rensselaer.
Why? That poor guy.
He'll be fine, right, Lev? All right, stop flipping me off, Lev. It's not funny anymore.
Well, he doesn't like your fucking hate mail.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna read it. All right. So send it. I'm just not gonna read it, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not good. Right?
You should plug your Twitter.
Structurally, they hit really low points that are surprising for family comedies. That's all I am saying. Right? I think we can all agree on this simple premise. Toy Story 3 gets very dark in its third act. Click gets surprisingly dark in its third act.
I think it's dark the whole movie. It gets.
I don't know. It doesn't feel dark. It's supposed to be kind of funny.
He gains a lot of weight, and I feel like, oh god, that's one of my fears.
Yeah, but that's the end. That's near the end of the second half. So we're trending down at that point, so we can hit that third act low point. Like, it gets pretty dark, and it's like this snowy thing, you know?
It feels like a Christmas movie. Okay, you know what? We need to edit this in. So I got to read this review from Amazon that I saw a very long time ago. Hold on. Fill up the space while I'm looking this up. Because I got to go through my... take a little bit. Hold on. Keep talking. Talk what's up.
All right, so to wrap up my last looks, I guess I'm just saying this is a nice little break for Adam Sandler, and I'm interested in finding out why he wanted to go in this direction creatively before kind of resuming back to that grown-ups, pixels type mentality.
Yes. Okay, so the review on Amazon I found for Click is... It's a 5-star review. Good for kids with divorced parents or a dead loved one.
What movie are we talking about?
Click.
Okay.
I was 13 when I first watched this. Already I'd gone through a whole lot. My parents were thinking about divorcing. My brother was sick all the time. He was in the hospital a lot. I originally wanted to see this film for the sake of what it was marketed as, a good Adam Sandler comedy. I wanted to watch it because I needed a quick laugh.
Can we talk about that? Who's marketing an Adam Sandler movie as a bad Adam Sandler comedy? Who's like, come and see this pile of garbage at a theater near you?
Producers for grown-ups.
All right, go on, Joe.
I got more than expected. I got more than expected. It was a funny take on an old classic movie. It's
let's
a
not call
Wonderful
it funny, but go
Life
on.
And A Christmas Carol. I enjoyed it, but not for the reasons I expected in the first place. I'm actually starting to think that if you're sick of watching those cheesy old Christmas movies your parents force you to watch every year...
then watch this extremely cheesy modern movie.
You can always watch this instead. I just do not care if it doesn't have the key holiday things in it. Santa, snow, trees, etc.
I think there is snow in this movie, isn't there?
There is.
Yeah.
The ending made me cry, which makes it a good movie for December. I think that's what matters, not the snow.
You want to cry in December? That's your goal?
I'm going to read that line again, the last line, because you did not hear that. The ending made me cry, which makes it a good movie for December. I think that's what matters, not the snow.
All right. So I guess he wants a catharsis. But I don't know. I feel like those Christmas movies have a catharsis to them.
This is a kid's review on Amazon.
How do you know it's a kid?
That's what it says on the name. That's right there.
It says it's called Kids Review?
Yeah, it says a kid's review.
Holy shit. That's weird.
The kid had
Is that what he called it? Is that like the title of it?
What? No, the review title was...
What's the
review title is
Kids
called...
Review?
It just said...
I've never seen that before.
Because you can put in your age and it goes in as...
So it has like a graphic that says a kid reviewed this, so take it with a grain of salt because it's probably dumb.
So if the kid has a really like outrageous opinion on something, you're not going to like, oh, well...
All right.
And the title of the review is called Good for Kids with Divorced Parents or A Dead Loved One.
I remember that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to put that in for the click one that I forgot to read. Yeah, so let's wrap this up because this movie is a pile of garbage to me. All
right. So we'd like to thank Lever and Rental for minding the soundboards. Thanks a lot. We'd like to thank our sponsors for today's episode, Dinosaur Gun.
Dinosaur Gun.
Again,
Dinosaur Gun. Every time you want to have fun.
That might not be so bad. So Dinosaur Gun, people, if you're listening, maybe they make that your theme song. All right, and you can check them out at www.dinosaurgun.org. Yeah, you can just have it. But just, yeah,
I'm good.
We're so grateful for you sponsoring us. And then, of course, we have Jiminy Joe Vekeman. Thanks a lot, Joe, for coming here. I, of course, am Patrick Skeyhill. You can find our short films at www.quixoticunited.com. We're going to have a new website soon. We're going to have some animated stuff on there, a little more episodic content, some machinima. Look forward to that.
The Quixotic United filmography.
I don't think so.
You're not selling Breathful or
you could buy Breathful if you hated yourself, and you could Real Love. I mean, it's not the full filmography. You could buy Real Love, but
sorry, I mean, partial filmography.
You could buy some of our stuff, but maybe you shouldn't. Just watch it for free.
If you'd like to support
we have T-shirts and stuff on sale too. Fine. All right, I'm just buyer beware.
Yeah, plug the T-shirts.
All right, just buy the T-shirts. The T-shirts hold up. Real Love probably doesn't. So,
all right. I like Real Love.
No, Joe, maybe you like everything. Do you ever think of that?
I love listening to your commentary. I listen to both tracks.
The commentary on Real Love, the 2.5-hour series.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
All right, so thank you, of course, for listening. We're always grateful. Leave your comments down below. Send your hate mail for me to Lev Van Rensselaer.
You have a Twitter. I think it should be sent to your Twitter.
We have a Twitter, I think it's Quixotic United. Do we have a Twitter for this?
No, I'm saying this is your personal Twitter.
At Quixotic United, you can send it there.
You son of a gun.
All right, and thank you again. We're proud to have you as our audience, and we're very grateful. Say goodnight, Joe.
I'd just like to support my friends. But I started watching the beginning and then I just haven't gone back to it. I'm like, this is going to take some time.
Yeah.
It's like 4 hours long.
It is a pretty long movie.
Apocalypse Now.
Love Apocalypse Now.
Redux.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to watch
Redux?
I don't think you need to watch that. I haven't watched both. I don't think you need to watch the Redux.
I love the Redux.
What, you love the weird plantation scene?
I don't even know
I don't know what the original is
because I've only seen the Redux.
All right.
Is that weird?
Yeah, that's a little weird. I don't know how you came across that.
Well, that's the one I bought, so I just was like,
I have all three. Yeah,
I know. I still need to watch the Heart of Darkness.
Blu-ray.
Oh, very jealous.
I think it's Hearts of Darkness is what it's called.
Hearts.
Yeah.
I thought it was Heart of Darkness.
No. Heart of Darkness was the book it's based off of. So when they make the documentary, they play on it and they call it Hearts of Darkness.
That's fucked.
Remember when you read that in high school?
No, I didn't read it.
You didn't read it in high school?
No.
It's kind of a good book.
I thought, was it required reading? I don't remember it being.
It might. Oh, that was AP. I was in
Yo,
AP.
rub it in.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to remember where I read it.
You know
That's where I
who
read it.
taught me
Who?
senior year of English class? Who didn't teach me senior?
Who?
Mr. Gilmore.
Who the hell's Mr. Gilmore?
He's the shovel man in Home Alone.
Who's he really?
He's Mrs. Gilmore's husband.
Who the hell's Mrs. Gilmore?
You don't know who Mrs. Gilmore was?
No.
Oh, they were such a wonderful couple.
All right. Then now they're dead, or?
Are we recording? Because I wouldn't be comfortable saying what I think has happened.
All right, then we won't go there.
This is getting really awkward.
No,
Technical
there's something cool about
difficulties.
Like, I was only in 2 of the AP classes, but I liked being in them both.
Yeah, Latin, right?
No. Latin didn't have an AP class. I was in a league of my own in Latin, Joe.
Or you would have had your own AP Latin
I got a
course.
perfect on the LSAT Latins, let me tell you. I got an 800. But the English and the economics, and I liked them because they were the only ones of those. So you knew every kid, like it was you and like 15 other kids in those classes, and you were like went to war together in those classes. So like, I don't know, it was like a nice camaraderie. Nobody else had that experience. It was just you guys in that room. Mm-hmm. Something nice about it. Right? I don't know. It's like a neat feeling. It was fun. I can't believe the Broncos lost. I can't. It's blowing my mind.
Are they a good team?
I mean, the defense, nobody thought they'd be that good, but then they kept winning because the defense would stop everybody. Mm-hmm. But despite Peyton Manning being really old.
Who's his brother?
Eli Manning.
Is he younger?
Yeah.
Okay.
And yet won more Super Bowls. And yet a worse quarterback.
He won more?
He won more.
That's weird.
It is weird, I know. All right.
Oh, okay.
All right, anything else before we actually begin?
Home Alone was great, guys.
I know, Joe.
Go see it on Wednesday.
I'm not going to see it.
Can we
I'm
watch
going to be with you on Wednesday.
Oh, that's true. I can't
We're
go
gonna
for a
build a
repeat.
computer.
Oh, what time is it? It's playing at 7:30. I'm going to go back. I'm kidding.
Okay.
But we should watch that sometime before the holiday's over.
Well, I know Micah likes to watch it every year, so I'll let you know when he's planning to do that.
Or is he going to be okay with us talking about it during the movie? Because that's what I kind of want to do.
He fucking talks all the time, so.
Well, I want to hear your take on why their faces are so red. I know you said it was for sentimental value.
I think so. It might just be a bad transfer.
That's what I'm worried about, because I just bought this on
could be.
Blu-ray, and I'm like, I hope this doesn't look like this.
I don't know. I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
It's clear.
I remember it having a very sentimental color palette to it, though. That's what I remember. Very glossy. It
is very glossy.
Like a Christmas card from the 50s, you know? But I think that's Christopher Columbus' sort of thing.
And the great thing is, we're going to tie it all back in, because Christopher Columbus directed Pixels.
He's still directing?
Oh, of course.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
I just haven't heard from him. Just haven't.
Pixels is that. I'm really good this year.
All right.